Hey DJ Tech Tools, Ian Golden here, and today I want to share my latest excursion into music technology territory. I have, for the last year or 2 years, been investigating and testing a lot of different analog synthesizers or analog digital hybrid synthesizers and looking for fun ways to make music that didn't involve a DAW. Many of you, I believe, probably are also on the same quest to find cool, fun gear to make music on that doesn't involve a lot of technology overhead. Something that you can just get into, play, and have a lot of fun, and most importantly, will sound great and be interesting music that you'd actually be wanting to publish on SoundCloud or even put out on a record label. So today I want to share a very simple model of how you can get into the world of making music with hardware without spending a lot of money that will have really good results. These are more principles, not specific pieces of gear, but using this model, I guarantee you'll have a lot of fun and you'll make great music in the process. It involves the following key components. Number one, you're going to want to get some kind of a hardware analog mixer. This Mackie 1202 series is brilliant. They don't sound the best, but they're gritty, they work, and they're dirt cheap. You can get some of the older models off of eBay for $100. It's a fully functional mixer with sends, EQs, balance, the whole 9 yards. So get yourself a basic little mixer. I've got 2 units running into that mixer and then some sends and returns running out to these pedals. The next thing I can guarantee that you'll have a lot of fun with are some simple analog guitar pedals. You don't need this many, you could probably just get a few to start. They range from $20 to a couple $100. You can get a lot of these pedals here off eBay for $30 or $40. And they're gonna add a lot of warmth, analog character, and just individual flavor to the synths. Especially if you're going to use a more common synth like the System 1 from Roland that's come out now for the past year. Sounds great on its own, but once you put it through some pedals, you start to get some really individual flavor and characteristics that'll be unique to your music. Over here, you're going to want to have 2 components. Now this is just the basic requirement. A lot of people start getting super big with tons of gear, but you're going to want one of 2 things. Number one, a sequence-based drum machine like the TR-8 or the 808 or the 909 or any of the other drum machines out there that have a lot of built-in drum sounds, the full set, kick, snare, hi-hat, ride, everything you need, and a sequencer so that you can sequence out the rhythms all in one box. This box needs to have, preferably, some kind of a MIDI out. You can see here I've got the MIDI out cable connected from this guy to this guy, which is syncing up my System 1, this is my synthesizer, to my drums. Let's play some music because we're supposed to be a music blog and listen to what this sounds like. So if we start up the TR-8, you can hear it's got a bunch of different sounds in it. There's the kick, there's the snare. Go in, maybe add a few little extra hips. Maybe add, cool. So now we have a little bit of a rhythm. I want to show you what these guys over here sound like. So here we are, without any compression, kind of flat. I'm going to add a compressor, a pedal compressor. Tie it all together. We've got some pumping now. And every once in a while, we could pop in a little cool. Now our drum beat has some character. It doesn't sound so stale. So that's the basic 3 things. A simple drum sequencer. I've got a stereo pair running out of him into the mixer. And then I've got an aux send sent out to these particular pedals and back into the mixer. And I can kind of bring it out. Or go completely dry. Let's keep that going though, because I like the sound of it. Of course, it wouldn't be a song without some music, so you're going to need some kind of a synthesizer. Now, preferably, It's a synthesizer with an arpeggiator, hopefully a hold feature or some sort of pattern creator. Because if you're like me, you are not the best piano player. I know my way around the piano, and most of you probably do as well, but I'm not a huge keyboard player. So I'm not going to be able to keep up a tight rhythm, which is what this kind of music requires. So this particular synth has a really great arpeggiator. Let's listen to what that sounds like. So it's going to create rhythms, and because I've got these two synced up, they're going to be in time with each other. And the nice part of that is I don't have to think about playing all those rhythms. I can focus instead on tweaking things like the filters. Now, as you heard before, things got a lot more interesting when I added some pedals. So let's listen to just that guy without the drums. And let's add a few pedals. Here's a bass limiter. It's going to make it really stand out. And it's also going to punch through now. A little multi-overtone. Now we just got super 80s. A chorus to widen it up. That sounds really good. And finally a little echo. So that's why I like the arpeggiator and the key hold function so much, because I can jump between different notes and play lines, but I don't have to be an incredibly amazing keyboard player. These two synths do all these things really, really well. This is part of the IRA system. It's the TR-8 and the System 1. They're pretty affordable. They're a couple $100, between $200 to $350, depending on where you get them from. And they're really reliable. One of the things I like is that the MIDI clock is super stable. So when I record all of this, and by the way, that is the fourth magic piece of the pie that I think you need to begin with this whole process, is a basic recorder. It's what I'm recording the music on right now that we're listening to. This in particular is the Zoom H4n Handy recorder. I've got the master output of my 1202 running straight in there, and it's just recording. So I come into the studio, I hit record, I start playing, I come back 30 minutes later, and I've got everything that I just made. And I never have to worry about losing anything. It's all right there. So I can then take that file, dump it into Ableton, and chop it up and play with it, and then compose over these jams that I've created. So the nice part of these particular pieces is that their MIDI clock is really stable, meaning that when I'm translated it into Ableton world, it's consistent. Whereas some of the older drum machines like the 808s can be really floaty and hard to chop up and transfer into a DAW. Now, if you want to support DJ Tech Tools and videos like this, we do actually sell the System 1 and the TR-8. By no means do you have to get these. I think there's a lot of great drum machines and a lot of great synths out there. But if you want to get these two, we do sell them on DJ Tech Tools, and we love to hook up our readers. So talk to the live chat people in the store, mention that you saw this video, and you'll get a discount on these two together or individually at store.djtechtools.com. So that's pretty much it, folks. That's the basic setup that I also expand onto. I have other pieces of gear. I have friends come over and play those. I incorporate different synths. But the core setup that I have eventually set on that I think you are going to have a lot of fun with is a drum machine, a synthesizer with some kind of arpeggiation or rhythmic pattern creator inside of it, going into a basic, dirty, cheap mixer with some sends. Those sends going into some old, funky, weird guitar pedals, and the whole lot ending up in a basic 2-track digital recorder so that you have a record of what you made. You just come into the studio and, start making some music.